Hello, beautiful, beautiful black people. I hope that all is well in your world. Know this, my beautiful black brothers and sisters. The message through the medium, the message through the medium has been detrimental to black folks, especially black men and black women. In the early American literature, in the early American posters, and later in the early American film industry, black males, men that looked like me, was categorized. They were characterized. They were put in a category as being slow, as being slope-shouldered, as being slouchy, as being sleepy. You remember the stepping, fetch it character that racist white folks would put in those early black and white films? Do you remember that? The stepping, fetch it syndrome. It is interesting to me to note that these images reveal an emphasis on looseness, loose head hanging from a horizontal neck, loose lips hanging from a downcast face, loose empty hands hanging from long, limp animal-like arms, loose tattered clothing, and loose shoes, if any, and loose, lazy, slurry speech. This is how those racist white folks portrayed, demanded that the black actors and actresses behaved in that early film industry, a la stepping fetch it. On the contrary, white male figures were generally projected as tight, magically erect, stoic, intelligently involved, and totally in control of their world. In short order, both whites and blacks exposed to the same negative images in books, plays, on posters, on postcards, salt and pepper shakers, on toys, and other media products. Totally embraced the mass marketed standards of beauty. Black folks convinced that we were indeed grotesque. Black folks had been convinced that we are indeed grotesque. Soon took over our own denigration. Black folks, still today, in August of 2020, there are some black folks out there that are denigrating themselves and denigrating other black folks, doing the job that white folks socially engineered into our ancestors centuries ago. And that denigration of self and other black folks have been passed down through many generations of black folks. Hence, it's why it's still happening in the black communities today. Whenever we fought, whenever we argued, which was very often, our arsenal included creatively put downs, which became known as playing the dozen, and the most egregious slurs we could possibly hurl related to black physicality. And you still hear this today in August of 2020. You hear some of this, some of these put downs, these egregious slurs that the white man, the white boys, socially engineered into black folks, that the white boys propagated in images and narratives, socially engineered white folks, but also socially engineered black folks. You've heard some of these. I will give you an example. Your mama is so black, she is this, she's that. Your mama is so fat, she is this, she's that. Your mama is so ugly, she's this, she's that. I'm certainly a lot of you black folks out there have heard those things. Those are put downs. Those are put downs that was first invented, created by racist white folks, and then socially engineered in the black folks to do it to ourselves. There's no stronger social force, no greater mind-setter, no more effective influencer than conventional mass media in films, like all other forms of pop culture. These films reflect how the artists see the world, which images are in their work, however, demonstrates how artists see themselves. And you see these films today. Films like, series like Empire. A lot of the Tyler Perry plays and films that he creates are insulting to me. It's not entertainment. It is insulting to me. That character that Tyler Perry created, that character that he created is insulting. It's insulting to me. And it is insulting to a lot of black folks that think like me. It falls in the category of these yo mama is so black jokes. Your mama is so fat joke. Your mama is so ugly joke. They are under the same umbrella. Certainly, Tyler Perry and others have gotten rich, wealthy from making those types of films and plays, but it's still insulting. Anything that insults me, that insults black people, that offends me, that offends black folks, is not entertainment to me. When we examine music, videos produced by blacks that cast us as either pimps or whores, we're doing it to ourselves. We're still allowing the racist white boys and white girls to define who we are, what we create, what we present, what we say. You look at music videos that are produced by black folks, we're still cast as either pimps or whores, but hardly ever as fully human. Or movies that portray black women as overweight, loud, vulgar. We recognize that we are still trapped in a perfect storm of self-hatred. And that's what it is, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. It is self-hatred. The white boys, socially engineered into our ancestors. The motivation to hate themselves. And still today, in August of 2020, black folks are still self-hated to the core. Too many black folks are still self-hated to the core. For centuries, the stigma associated with skin is too dark, noses are too broad, and hair is too kinky. That type of bullshit has hampered black self-esteem and the ability to raise black children who did not consider themselves black and ugly. Do you see why you can still find 6, 7-year-old black children today that already think of themselves being black and ugly? That already think of themselves being inferior? Do you see how little black girls see all of that bullshit that their mothers, their grandmothers, their sisters are wearing? Fake hair, fake eyelashes, face painted, eyebrows painted, eyelids painted, lips painted. Can you see how that is ruining our little black girls, black women, my sisters? Can you see how that is ruining our little black girls? Can you see how all of that bullshit have been normalized, and our black children, both girls and boys, are socially engineered to think that that bullshit is normal? It isn't normal. It has been normalized by black folks that are self-hating themselves and other black folks to the core. That's all I have on this one.